I have basically managed to accomplish goals in my life, and this has managed to bring out the worst in people basically. And each passing day, the situation is astonishing. As I said, I understood very much that in 2017 and 2018, a lot of action were spurred by the Area 6 and Area 15 for some reason, basically out of revenge. And you can see like the actions of certain group of people or certain community that has been able to spread throughout the country, throughout the continent, and even though reaching the Middle East. Two state or one state, then two state, then it spread out. It's actually finding a solution or finding like exactly how this process went on will be like a psychological marvel. And remember that you know I'm still basically wired to my heritage from I remember the fact that in the American continent I speak English well. I had made contacts in my life. Then there was like Brexit, which was at the same time as certain things. I remember that when I arrived, when things arrived into my regard, the person who arrived with it was driven to the campus over there, and people from the campus over there who were youth who needed money or things like that have managed to open shops and other things. I do speak with the political representatives in here, many of them repeatedly, and they're just nearby. I just walk toward them. I write things. Sometimes I have a meeting with them, and you see, it's one person, two person, or three people, and then a group of youth. Then it's like individuals in different locations just grouping up to withhold my property purposefully. I and when you attack like a head of state or a political leader in another nation, even if you are a minister or a prime minister, you would go to jail. Nonetheless, a cop. And now I'm seeing these individuals. It's like each and every day is like I don't know him. The first time I spoke with him, and as I have clearly mentioned, perverts. One or two of them or three of them are that. Now, the worry always starts like they're like if I count correctly, they're like about just in this closed space, they're like about 500 armed personnel in this small with the equipments, the cars and everything. 500 of them. In 2017, yes, and it's just and I go there and I say like I walk to their different station. They just refuse to give me my property. I will do this like in the language that I use here, then I will translate in English. صباح الخير، السلام عليكم. عندك بوليسي شرطي يخدم معاكم هنايا تاع الليل. خبرني سوتي. قال لي روح مع الصباح، نهار تلقى الشاف ونهار تلقى الكوميسار ونهار تلقى لا بيرمانونس. تلفت القش. عملت هكا، جيت مع الصباح قالك ما خبروناش. لقيت زوج من الصباح والحومة قاع على بالهم عندها ولاية 35 على بالهم، بالك الدنيا قاع على بالها، معناتها نقصد العالم بأكمله. In English, a cop, hi, السلام عليكم. A cop who works with you in here has told me to come back tomorrow and pick up my things. And when I arrived to pick up my stuff, that day I met someone who told me we have nothing and we were not informed. And apparently, I don't know if it is mental illness or something else, or individuals committing coercion for favors. And there's like these individuals, he doesn't understand the immense situation or like the huge situation of everything. He's a spoiled child, or he's a spoiled person, or he is not 100% mentally balanced, and they are causing all of this. I tell the whole world or other individuals that there has been one or two individuals who their path toward me was obstructed, basically. And the situation has been similar. And we go back to 2018, and there has been like those people with certain type of religious beliefs and other stuff. And we should define to ourselves the African continent and the Asian continent. Having said that, now the green uniform. صباح الخير، السلام عليكم. ولا غير كاين جوج من لي جوندارم كبار شوية في العمر، خبروني قالوا لي روح تقدم الفرقة هنايا باش تروح تأخذ أغراضك اللي لقاوهم. معناتها كاين حاجة ممتلكاتي من داك أمور خلصوا عليهم لافامي، ولا أنا عندي رزقي بالك 17 مليون بلورو ولا مليار ولا زوج بور فير ان بروجي. دركا أنا كي نجي عندو السلام عليكم أسنى حتى نعيطولك في الهاتف. وأنا كتبت له موضح أقوالي، وهو واش حب. معناتها أنا الخلاصة اللي فهمتها أنه يعطي ماشي رخصة، يعطي ان ارغيومون، يمد سبب باش يغطي على جرم. معناتها إذا صرت ما عندهمش هاد التخمام، ما عندهم تخمام A plus B 1 plus 1 égale 2. In English, hi, two green uniform individuals have informed me to collect my items at the level of the barricade in here. This has happened twice, in November 2019 and in May 2019. I'm here to collect my documents or to see the chief if he is in here. He replies, wait, we will call you on the phone. These are not my directives, this is the situation. And basically it's like it's simple individuals who pretend to be or who are members of this and this and this organization, who basically causes either an economical breakdown, a geopolitical loss, or societal tensions. In this time and age in 2020, and we are located in Africa, and we have to the west copper and iron safeguarding. We have to the south gold, uranium, and oil, and gas for important resources. We have to the north a sea, and we have to the east two nations who were in turmoil. And there are like a lot of adversaries basically. And okay, there is no reason, but they are basically keeping my documents away from me, simply like that. And I remember that I spent my times inside the university studying, and because he is not studying, it's like a group of youth who grouped up in order to not give their parents' advices and their parents' guidelines and their parents' lectures a value. Meaning that they wish to avoid a conversation of you could do better like this guy. When you hear this conversation, there's like a blank, there is no word. Like this guy, they remove the name. And they just go on with their lives. They say it's better that I just work with an oil company, I just extract oil or extract gas and sell it, and this is the situation. Or I have my own field and we just buy food from our neighbors. Or this, or this, or this, or that. And I've been faced with these individuals who basically commit all of these trends of attacks simply like that, and it's completely astonishing why they are doing this, even though that we try not to compare them or to say that they are behaving in a fashion which suggests the actions of a nerve agent. And doing this, and they're like those macho people like in all those different places in different places just proclaiming things and saying this and saying that. You should understand this, that when I see my resume, when I see my achievements, and I see my contacts, and I see this, and I'm in this country, and it's basically I'm basically is like very 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 surrounded, or very 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 like closed up, or very very encountered, or very very circled, and someone who probably is completely opposite has work, has this, and has everything that he needs, and he commits all the actions without anything saying against him. And that's why the economy of this country, specifically in all of Africa and in all of the third world countries, is booming, meaning like it's going forward, like up and up and up and up and up. Not like people, not like countries like in not like countries in like the Netherlands or Germany or Sweden or Luxembourg, who these individuals are in activity in each and every day, and those individuals are kept away to do like community service. The economy of those countries is like stagnating, is like the same amount of money that goes in and the resources that goes in one day, at the beginning of the year, is the same outcome that they have at the end of the year. And you can see the discrepancy. You can see the understanding. And it's astonishing. It's like and I understood it from the start. Like if you go back to 2018, I understood that academia from Sweden or from Linköping University where I was had like a tendency to make like a competitive situation, like a competition, in order not for me to advance to a PhD position. And if you see, those actions have been stirred up by individuals who were originally from countries outside of the Council of Europe. Meaning like they in this country they tell me to survive. In country where there has been like immigrants from the Middle East, they tell me to survive. In a country where I was basically trying like to lead the scientific work, they tell me to live. To this day, I'm still living this stuff. I'm still living and I'm enjoying my projects, all of them. And and I cannot survive with these people, basically. And the presence of those, see. And after I came back in here, it was too hot. It was too this. It was too that. There was like a huge amount of craziness. In addition to that, the problems which were like coming like from problems coming like from siblings who basically decided to assault the co-workers who arrived in order to do like a work. And this was in Uyahya, in the Prime Minister era, the one who is in jail, that a lot of people were doing whatever they wish, and I understood it as simply attacks against me from state. And the individuals who arrived at that period of time are nowhere to be seen. Someone has done a wrong calculation, and when they do that wrong calculation, they just try to stir up some kind of hostility toward my persona, toward my projects, and toward other things. The simplest thing is the worst, like give someone who studies or completed his studies, he has all of this to go into his path. But that amount of criminality, of craziness just arrived. And maybe I will end this, maybe I was joking, but now I'm serious, is that whoever the inspector who is doing this case, he will probably end up in the World Guinness Book of Records, either for the amount of criminals in one single complaint, or for the amount of crimes committed against a single individual, or a group of people, or a certain apartment or a certain house.